going on, everybody? Welcome to the Cover Price Top 10 show for October 6th. We are just days away from New York Comic Con. I can see the excitement. Gentleman is going to have the opportunity to go this weekend. Dude, you're going early, right?
I'm going Wednesday, man. I'll be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Absolutely nuts. But yes, joining me tonight, of course, are the awesome dudes right here, Izzy, and we've got Travis. And I just gave it away. Like I said, Izzy's going to New York Comic Con. It's going to be a very busy week ahead for you, dude.
Complete. I will be reporting live on the scene.
Yeah.
Let's see that mic.
Reporting live from New York Comic Con. Let's talk comics.
I love it. Yes. Absolutely fitting. Saturday Night Live. I like that. But yeah, dude, you're headed to New York Comic Con. Travis and I are just going to admire and live vicariously via your posts, of course. But yes, you mentioned a few weeks ago the after party, so we definitely want to see that. But let's say hi to the chat because the chat is here. Izzy, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. As you already know, we're going to be talking about some very interesting top 10 books. I want to say this week's top 10, we're going to have fun with this one.
Yeah.
Because you got a little bit of everything in this one. And I think I like that.
Yeah, it's rather interesting. I will leave it at that. We are going to dive into this one. It's going to be a fun list. And, of course, to talk all of these fun books with us, we also got Travis tonight. What's going on, TJ?
Not much, y'all. I'm just glad to be back. Chat, what's up? What is up, everybody? We got some awesome books on here, some that are pretty close to my heart. But before we get into it, I need to make a little bit of a public service announcement. Last week, I did make a little joke at Lando's expense, and I said, thank you for trying. I am sorry, buddy. I would like to apologize to absolutely no one.
Oh, yes! What a t-shirt!
See that? You see that?
Hey. Well, by no means did we give permission to this. What is going on, man?
So,
red, man.
I have said that picture will never die. I am keeping it in the rotation.
Oh, no.
And it is going to stay there forever. So,
I love this.
I'm sorry to absolutely no one, Lando. Thank you for trying again. I appreciate the effort, but that's all I got for you. Let's get this party started.
My face made it to North Carolina.
Oh, man, you should have had it with the milk carton.
It had to be a milk carton. Yeah, that would have been great. Would have been absolutely amazing. Dude, I have so many things I want to say to you, but I am not allowed to curse on here. So I won't do that. But yeah, man, dude, it's awesome. I owe you one back. Take note, Chad. Take note. It's coming back his way very soon. But yeah, we have a very fun list to get through tonight. Of course, we're going to kick off the top 10 right away with you guys. So buckle up because we're looking at those top 10 books, those that sold on the aftermarket. We're looking at the 7-day growth trend, the amounts they sold for, and so much more. I can't wait to dive into all of this stuff. So to kick it off, Izzy, let's go with tonight's runner-up. What do we got?
And the runner-up is the Vigilante #1. This has a top sale CGC 9.8 of $115. That's an upward tick of 85%. You know why he's here. We love the Vigilante. I think Adrian Chase is by far the standout star of Peacemaker. Besides John Cena's acting ability in this show, I love me Adrian. And oh, wow, he did something this weekend. No spoilers, but he did something this week that was like, you know he had to do it, but man, he shouldn't have at the end of the day.
Yep. It was awesome, man. Look, we kind of didn't want to spoil this if you guys aren't fully caught up, but I mean, it's been long enough. It's time to talk about it because the aftermarket's already reacting to it. But yes, Vigilante within Peacemaker, dude, the show has been so good, and I can see why people flocked to this. It did. I felt like season 2 was a bit of a slow start for me, right? There was a lot to embrace. If it was a different tone for a Peacemaker show, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, here we go. They're building up to something great, and man, they are firing at all cylinders on the finales here, the last couple episodes, and it's been so good.
Yeah, how great has just the entire run been? I mean, I went back and watched season 1, and just to kind of relive the whole thing again before we got to season 2, and just had such a blast kind of re-catching back up. It'd been a while since I'd seen the first season, and now moving through the second season, it's like you said, there was kind of a lot going on, but the build-up has been absolutely worth it. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think season 1 and season 2 are two different seasons. They're very different, but it's all based off of that one story with Chris and his, kind of his redemption story that just keeps going in this terrible cycle of death, right? That he's the cause of in some way, right? And just seeing that final episode, which is the penultimate episode, because our last episode's this Thursday, which I don't know how I'm gonna get a chance to see it, but I'm probably gonna end up watching it like at 3:00 in the morning or something like that. Just because I'm dying to find out how it ends. And there is a cameo that's going to be huge that they say is gonna show up. I'm fingers crossed it's Harley Quinn.
Oh, dude, if they go that route, it's going to be nuts. Especially with, well, I don't want to say especially because of what we're going to see this week as well. There's some Harley Quinn buzz happening in comics this week, especially when it comes to the Absolute Universe. But just in general, I think people would freak out, man. Harley Quinn making an appearance would be insanity, dude.
Without question.
Yep. Exactly. I hope that be the case because, guys, if it's not, we know we got Vigilante because the runner-up tonight is Vigilante, issue number 1. We got a top sale for a CGC 9.8 at $115 with a 7-day trend of 85%. All right, Travis, with your awesome T-shirt, it is time to kick off the official top 10. What do we got?
Up first, surprise to absolutely no one, Skinbreaker number 1, David Finch and Annalisa Leone, black foil logo, thank you variant. Who doesn't love a good thank you variant? This is the one per store. Look, this book is popping off, and when you get a book like this that's popping off, it is going to draw that buzz. We've got the scarcity with the thank you variant and the one per store. We had a high raw sale this week of $75 for a near mint raw, and 22 total copies tracked. I mean, what else to say? I mean, I finally got around to reading this book. It is what everybody has said it was. It's a David Finch masterclass. It is all the good things. I am absolutely thrilled with it. I'm ready to kind of move forward and get more out of this. So this is very exciting and not surprising to see this book pop up on the top 10, and honestly not surprising to see a thank you variant pop up on the top 10. Even though they're scarce, this book is on fire right now.
Yep. Absolutely. Dude, I feel like I've said it before. I mentioned it last week. I spoke about it last night. David Finch himself, dude, when you feel like you've been listening to one of the best bands of all time and there's just nowhere else they can go. They can't get any better than that. And then they dropped like the most killer banger album. That's what David Finch did with this. Like, it really, he took it to a whole other level. The artwork in this, I think Gabe said it best on my show last night. He was like, dude, if you read this book within 10 minutes, you're doing yourself like a total disservice. Like, you are like not taking the time to appreciate what is going on. Like, take that moment, look at the artwork that David Finch puts out here. The story is great. I love the fact that we have Kirkman and Finch together on this. Masterpiece. For me, it's a masterpiece.
I agree. And I just put it in there so you guys can see it a little bit.
Yeah.
But David Finch has taken each page, and just to zoom in a little bit, just to show you what he's been doing. This is a single page, so it's bigger than your standard 11 by 17 piece. Crazy. And every page is like that, which brings us to another book that we'll talk about later. I know Travis will talk about it, but just to show you a little bit about this detail that he's putting in. If he doesn't make it, like I said, he deserves an award for this kind of stuff. That's how good this work is right now. Just looking at this.
So this is for me, like, coming from me, this is like the most praise I can give a single artist. It's not like David Finch needs my praise to sleep well at night, but I am going to say this level of detail reminds me so much of Bernie Wrightson, the late Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah.
And just this unbelievable line work, this detail, this everything that you're getting. And as I was looking through this, I could not help but think about his Frankenstein, Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein. And as you know, you're flipping through and you get lost in the detail. You just absolutely get lost in all of the detail and all of the artwork. And it reminded me of that. I don't know that I could give another artist more praise than that, because Bernie for me is like best of the best, one of the greats ever. And this work is on par with some of his best work for me. I think it's incredible.
Yeah, and look, people in the chat, Alex, appreciate you, brother, and he's saying, his LCS said tonight that the book is probably Finch's best artwork yet. It is that good, and I can't stress it enough, guys. If you have the opportunity to pick this up, do so. FOC is about to close. There's a second printing in case you missed the first print, so you have another opportunity to pick that up. So just want to put that out there for all of you. But yes, coming in at number 10 and well worthy, guys, is Skinbreaker number 1. This is the David Finch and Annalisa Leone black foil logo thank you variant. That was a 1 per store, and it had a top sale for raw near mint, $75 with a 7-day growth trend of 28%. Oh, tis the season. Tis the season, Izzy. Are you ready for number 9?
Spicy pumpkin spicy variant. Nightwing 130 returns to Kevin Wada. Pumpkin spicy variant has a top sale at $36. A very fine, which is interesting. A very fine is selling at that price. 7-day trend of 24%. This book was in our list last week, and it returns this week. That pumpkin just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning.
Yep. The pumpkin is going round and round, like you said, man. It's making its way over to the top 10 every single week since its drop. And yeah, man, it's getting a lot of love. It's getting a lot of love. There's a lot of pumpkin spice covers out there, guys. And like I said, I'm expecting to see some more probably make its way. I'm really a big fan of the Frank Cho Harley Quinn one. I don't know if you saw that one, but man, it's wonderful. But hey, man, here we go.
Grab your PSLs and snuggle up with a good book. This is it comes back again. It will not go anywhere. Dick Grayson is a walking thirst trap apparently, and the man moves product. This is the man. This is the one. This is the guy that they're continuing to go back to the well on this, and I love it. It's great. It's so funny. I can't get it up. It just cracks me up.
This book made me go to the pumpkin patch this weekend. I went to the pumpkin patch just because of this book.
Did you try to spin one on your finger?
Like no, I didn't spin one on my finger. I got the donuts, man.
Hashtag missed opportunities.
Yo, the donuts are good. I'm not gonna lie. When I go apple picking with the family, I always go for those like cinnamon donuts. They're so
the apple
nice
cinnamon donuts. But I saw all those pumpkins, and I was like, "Oh Lord, this is where Nightwing's hanging out."
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, very awesome to see this still holding its spot in the top 10 list. Because at number 9, guys, we've got Nightwing issue 130, the Kevin Wada pumpkin spicy variant. And it had a top sale for a raw VF at $36, and it's a 7-day growth trend right here of 24%. Oh boy, Travis, this is totally up your alley, and I feel like this is going to be a lengthy one on your behalf. Let's go.
I will keep it brief, but this is absolute perfection. Up at number 8, we've got Star Trek Red Shirts number 3, the Suspiria retailer incentive 1 in 10 variant. We tracked a high raw sale of $40 for a near mint raw with only 6 copies sold. Let's talk about the red shirts, all right? If you watch Star Trek, and especially if you watch the original series, there's basically nothing more devastating than being a red shirt on that ship. You are not coming back. Don't go on the away mission. You're gone. You're toast. Sayonara. Peace out.
Is there some political intrigue involved here or something with the red shirts are coming, the red shirts are coming?
Man, I have no idea. All I know is that from a very young age, when I was watching the original series with my uncle, I would watch on TV, and after about 5 or 6 episodes, I turned to him and said, why does the guy in the red shirt never come back? And he was like, it's a thing. You'll figure it out. So we have a nice kind of, right in time for spooky season. We got a nice little horror variant from Suspiria, which I know Lando, big fan, I'm sure. Just, the red shirts always found a way to find an untimely end. This is great. This is cool. This looks like someone's got stuck in a transporter accident. Fantastic. I don't have this. I need this, and I would gladly pay $40 for this. So anybody who wants to, extort me for $40 for this book, give me a shout. You can find me at Trek Wars Comics, and I'm on Instagram. Thanks.
I love it. Yeah, you know what, Travis? I'm very open about it. Star Trek just wasn't entirely for me growing up. Like I watched a few episodes, Next Generation, etc., with like my parents, but other than that, nothing too crazy. But one thing you did mention, and is a fact, I love Suspiria's work. I think she does beautiful work, and this cover right here, especially with the amount of success Suspiria's been having, a lot of people really enjoy her work. And we tend to look at older covers, things that may have come out, etc. And I had no idea that this 1 in 10 of Suspiria even existed, and it's really neat, dude. Really neat.
It's a great looking cover. And how often do we get a Star Trek comic in this list?
Not enough. Not enough.
I can't remember the last time there was a Star Trek cover. Star Wars, yeah, like every 2 months we get Star Wars, but Star Trek?
Yeah. And guys, just to put it out there, because I don't want people thinking that this is an older Suspiria cover. This is actually recent. This is coming out now. I believe it came out in October 2025. But just an example, when I love the artist, I didn't even know this was hitting. I had no idea this was coming out. I'm not even a Star Trek fan, and I really dig this cover. And I don't even know who I'm looking at on here.
Someone pointed out the Galaxy Quest transport scene is the best. This reminds me of the Galaxy Quest transport scene a little bit. It looks kind of like that scene. This is absolutely fantastic. The red shirts have been a running joke in the Trek fandom for a long, long time. They finally got a miniseries. I did read the first issue of this. It was great. I did not realize this variant even existed. I can promise you, your smaller local LCSs are probably not ordering 10 copies of this book. But dude, they might be.
Jeffrey was saying the same thing in the chat, and that's exactly it, man. I don't see a lot of shops probably even ordering this many copies. So
yeah.
I think if you live towards like more of a major metro area, then you might have a shop that's going to just order more in general because they have bigger stock. So if you have one of those shops close by, like I know I have one down in Charlotte I can go to that gets that kind of bulk. But locally here, they might have one if I didn't have one on the pull. They're probably not ordering the book. So, but the first issue was a lot of fun. This art is incredible. Suspiria, I think Alex said something about Suspiria just kills these classic horror kind of covers, and this one's out of the park. This is absolute home run for me.
It's the rare occasion when a 1 in 10 is more like a 1 in 25.
There's IDWs, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But well said, guys. At number 8, we had Star Trek Red Shirts, issue number 3. This being the Suspiria variant, and it was a retailer incentive, a 1 in 10 ratio. It had a top sale for a run near mint at $40 and a 7-day growth trend of 59%. Oh man, I'm excited for this one. What do we got at number 7, Izzy?
Get your devil horns ready for some metal classic G.I. Joe Code Slither number 1 Stephen Beach variant 1 in 25. This had a top sale of $54 at a raw near mint with a 7-day trend of 45%. It's all about that metal, baby. And G.I. Joe, and I absolutely love that Cobra, man. I'm going gaga over this cover. I love this cover. This is just straight up metal. Take it away.
Well, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? Look, you got two musicians on here. I'll let you be the opening act. Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, nothing wrong with that. It ain't much, but it's honest work. All right. You get a smaller portion of the door, but that's fine. But hey, we talked about this on New Comic Book Day show last week, and we said this one's probably going to pop off. I mean, just look at it. How can it not pop off? This is the perfect target demographic for these books. I mean, for people that are buying the G.I. Joe books every week, you throw one of these on the shelf, they're snatching it up. You want to talk about knowing your audience? This is the one. Also, I have those yellow pants.
No,
really.
Do you
Not
now?
really. No.
Do you now?
No. I might. Clearly, I'm willing to go and make clothing decisions just for the sake of the show. So who knows?
Someone's bringing out his inner Striper, aren't you?
Yeah, Striper, man. I haven't heard that in a long time. Yeah, but no, we talked about this. We said like this book, this is going to be a popular book. This just kind of it strikes that nerve. With in a good way with people that love G.I. Joe. I mean, this is the era, right? And yeah, I mean, and just look at the cover. Just look at it. It's fantastic. Even if it had nothing to do with G.I. Joe, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, dude. You know what? It's funny because recently we've seen a lot of I want to say music related artists with comics as well. Kind of like bridging. I don't want to say there was much of a gap, to be honest with you, but bridging that together. Obviously we had Ghost with Sister Imperator that was like popping off not too long ago. Coheed and Cambria is very active as well in the comic space. Now this making its way. What's funny is that they actually made the band in real life, dude. Like Cold Slither really exists now, and the fact that they are playing. Hear them now. Yeah, dude, and it's so good. If you guys go on YouTube, please do yourself a favor. Go check out Cold Slither. You're going to find some great tunes, man. Great tunes. I heard nothing but great things about this book. I haven't had the opportunity to read it yet because it came out last week, and I still haven't picked up my books, but I've heard nothing but amazing things. Everyone says it's just a fun ride. It is so cool, and of course, you know, it ties back into the music stuff that they have out, and it's something that I obviously am a fan for. So yeah, I can't wait to pick this up and give this a read, man. I've heard nothing but amazing things.
So cover A, which is also a Stephen Beach variant, it's also a great looking cover. So pick that one up too if you can't pick this one up. This one obviously seems a little more detailed, more painted style than the other one, but that one's still a great cover, man. And the yellow pants are still there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm here for. The yellow pants. Yellow pants.
And dude, come on. Who called me out? Alex, not emo enough, dude. I love Rush, man. Come on. Neil Peart.
Isn't that required for your citizenship?
Right? It is. It really is. It's a must.
And Derek's right. There is a Transformers band out there. They're really good. Go check those guys out. I forgot their name too.
Yeah. I love this, man, and it was so fun to talk about it last week, and I'm happy to see it here this week because at number 7, guys, we have G.I. Joe Cold Slither. Number 1, the Steve Beach variant, which is a 1-in-25 ratio with a top sale for raw near mint at $54 and a 7-day trend of 45%. Travis, what do we got next?
Oh, man. Stop me if you've heard us say Sveta Shubina on this show before or on any of the shows at Cover Price. She is taking over. Pinupocalypse, number 6, the Sveta Shubina and Andrew Tarusov. Cover C, connecting cover. We did talk about this one on New Comic Book Day show as well. This is the 1-in-10 connecting variant from Massive. We did track a high raw sale of $25, 8 total copies, and 8 total copies sold. And this is the cover B. And there is a pair. There is another one that goes with it. I'm sorry. This is the cover C. There is a cover B that goes with it and connects the two together. And you know, this is classic Shubina. You know, I think I had spoken on another show about I wasn't super aware of Shubina until Pinupocalypse, and then it felt like I started seeing her work just constantly, like all the time, and it's well deserved because artists, you know, they have their absolute boom periods. We talked about Mark Spears, and right now Shubina feels like, you know, they're having their moment right now too. And This is an awesome cover. I love the connecting set. If I can get a hold of both of them, they will be probably the first issues of Pinupocalypse I have actually purchased. And because I just really dig these covers a lot.
Yeah. Dude,
I agree. Shubina's art in Pinupocalypse from issues 1 through 6 have all made it to this list at one point or another.
Yep.
And this time we're going to talk about it again. But this is the cover C. The one that you're referring to is not B, it's actually D.
D. Okay.
Which we are going to talk about in just a few, not that long from now. But what can you say that hasn't been said already about these covers? They are what they are meant to be, and then the story inside is just as wild as the cover. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those books that if you read it, you're gonna be like, you might want to put yourself in a quiet room or something like that, because it's not that type of book. But yeah, cover GD, and you got that right. You'll see in a minute. But yeah, well, take it away, Lando.
Yeah, no, dude, it's wicked. And I thought when Travis was saying that, there's a pair, I was hoping he was referring to the actual connecting comics. But I love Shubina's work. Everybody knows this, and you're right, Izzy. When you look at Shubina, dude, especially on the Pinupocalypse series, almost every issue has made it to the top 10. And it's not done intentionally, guys. You guys who are purchasing, us, the collectors, are making these lists every single week. And it seems that there is love for the work that she's putting out for Pinupocalypse. Because, guys, yes, at number 6, we got Pinupocalypse issue number 6. This one being the Shubina and Andrew Tarusov connecting cover C, which was a 1 in 10. Top sale for around near mint, $25. 7-day growth trend of 107%. Izzy gave it away, and he's right. We're gonna see another one. What do we got?
At number 5, it's Pinupocalypse number 6. I feel like I'm repeating myself here, but it is actually the Shubina cover D 1 in 10. This one had a top sale of $25 raw near mint with a 7-day trend of 106%. That's a beautiful guitar. Yep. And all I want to do is listen to the Rovers. That's all I want to do is just listen to the Rovers. I'm gonna have to tell my wife I'm sorry.
Absolutely nobody is looking at the guitars here. Yes, no, we see a little more than just the guitars here, guys. In fact,
the pick.
I mean, looking at this cover,
the pick.
My dad, forget about it. Swing, 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 swing.
Yeah, swing, 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 swing.
We had really Pumpkin Spicy. Okay, now we got the Rovers.
Exactly. Now, I like both covers. Don't get me wrong. I do kind of slightly prefer this one. So this one getting a little more love, it seems, on the aftermarket. I mean, what are we looking at between the two of them? This one right here, $25, 106, and yeah, 107. Okay, so they're both selling at $25. I think it makes a neat set to have together.
For sure, great earring work here. Like the bounce of the light off the hoop earring, just fantastic. Just really digging that. Even the poster work with the little rip at the bottom left corner. Anything on here, but
don't forget the little kids on the side.
Yeah, that's some nice drawing work there. Even the faded, I guess that's palm trees back there. The faded palm trees, those are good too. Great work, Shubina.
By no means did I acknowledge any of those.
I feel like if I have to go buy this comic book, I feel like there's going to be beats in front of me. So I have to go through a beaded room to get this comic book. That's how I feel. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So the guitar, it's red, and it's red. It's got a 3x3 configuration on the headstock there. Pretty popular if you're used to playing Gibson guitars. Not so popular if you play Fenders. I'm done, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just
now. What pickups are on there? I can't.
Those are definitely single coils. I do not know if they are twisted telly coils or not, but they are definitely single coils. That's for sure.
I love it. The nerd musician side has shined right through you tonight because, guys, at number 5, we're apparently acknowledging guitars and nothing else here, and maybe some
Take a
palm trees.
bath now.
Yeah, we had Pinupocalypse, number 6, the other cover being the cover D by Shubina and Andrew Tarusov, 1 in 10 ratio, with a top sale for Ron Near Mint at $25 and a 7-day growth trend of 106%. Guys, I want to remind you, we're at the halfway mark, so please do us a favor. If you are new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below if you're catching the replay, and we hope to catch you here again tomorrow. So let's dive into what comes in at number 4.
Oh, wait. It's Absolute Batman again. This book and this series is on fire. Absolute Batman number 10 at number 4 this week. This is the regular Nick Dragotta cover A. We had a high raw sale of $25. We also had a top sale of a CGC 9.8 for $60. 18 copies tracked total, and there's a couple things here. This was a big issue for a lot of reasons. We actually got the introduction of Absolute Killer Croc here. We got some crazy experimentation on Bruce Wayne, and I believe after I read this book, I messaged Lando and said, this Bruce Wayne is a hashtag absolute unit. This dude is not human. They gave his height and weight away, and I was like, okay, this guy is fairy tale huge. This man is a monster, and he is getting dwarfed by everything around him. This book is incredible. It does not surprise me that it is kind of popping off. We've seen Absolute Batman kind of regain steam. You see that first initial push for usually the first story arc, and especially a book like Absolute Batman, which has kind of really dominated the Absolute Batman stuff and the Ultimate Universe Spider-Man. Those series have really dominated sales, and this book has kind of hit like a second wind a little bit, it seems like. And I don't know if it's the hype behind the Absolute Joker. People are kind of catching back up, or they're just jumping back in. Absolute Bane has been a hit, and I think that, I think it's a little bit of everything. But the fact is that people are coming back to the series, or they're jumping onto this series now.
Yeah.
And if you've been reading it, you understand why. It's a really, really, really cool, different take, and it's the fastest read I have every week or every month.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, we need to have the answer here to Gabe's question, man. Shout out to Gabe, Lords of the Long Box in the house, man. Nothing but love for Gabe. What was his height and weight?
He's definitely 6'9". I think he's 4 bills, but I don't remember the exact weight.
You said 4?
I'm pretty sure he's 6'9", 4 something, I think. I could be totally wrong, but I believe that's what it said in the book. Now, I read it twice.
But his head has got to be 20 pounds. Because proportionally, just looking at this imagery, proportionally, he has a child's head in the body. 6'11", 418. He's Vader.
Right. He like I said,
6'11", 418.
Okay, so I thought he was 6'9". My bad. So yeah, I underestimated it. I knew it was 4 bills.
And look at Bane. Look at Bane right next to it.
Bane has got to be 8 feet tall at this point.
He literally holds him up like a rag doll. I mean, it's you know what I mean? It's nothing. But yeah, like I said, hashtag absolute.
That is
unit
a good
Bruce
point,
Wayne.
guys. This is very valid. Very valid. Your head won't grow. Egotistically, maybe, but other than that, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but to hit that kind of height and weight, you had to be that big already. I don't know, man.
This man didn't skip leg day, arm day, chest day. He didn't skip any day ever.
Yeah.
Guys, look, it goes without saying, the Absolute Universe has been amazing, and every issue tends to do very well. Now, the aftermarket, we're looking at a CGC 9.8 at $60. Not too shabby, nothing too crazy either, so, I mean, it's still very affordable. Yes, we got the introduction of Absolute Killer Croc within this issue, but a lot of the issues that are coming out, I feel like every week every issue that drops, there's no disappointment. It's not been disappointing. I've really been enjoying every single issue that comes out. The introduction of these characters, new characters, I can't stress it enough. Keep an eye out. This week is going to have a monstrous book with Absolute Batman issue 13. Yes, we all know we're getting Absolute Catwoman, but you may be very surprised that the second character who's going to be making their first appearance. They're going to hit you with a left jab with Catwoman, but that right hook is going to surprise you, man. And I'm excited for that. Loving this series. I think Dragotta is doing wonderful work, man. Snyder crushing it on all scales right now. Snyder's is like really on fire, dude. So I'm really happy to see this now making the list because, guys, at number 4, we've got Absolute Batman issue number 10, the Nick Dragotta regular cover. And it had a top sale for CGC 98 at $60 and a 7-day growth trend of 354%. Wow. Insane. Oh, man. Now we get to kick it back. We're going old school. What do we got next?
We're going to the Bronze Age of comics, and we're going to Incredible Hulk 153. Nope, not 181. 153. This book came in number 3 with a top sale of $50 at a raw very fine with a 7-day trend of 138%. This is the anomaly of the bunch here. This is the book that we cannot figure out why it's in this list. All we know is that this is a story of the Hulk goes on trial. He's being defended by Daredevil Matt Murdock. Mr. Fantastic shows up with this thing that, he always has something up his sleeve to stop him, and it just makes him even more crazy. So the Savage Hulk just comes out of nowhere. Obviously, it might have something to do with Spider-Man Brand New Day, but I don't know.
But it's a bit of a stretch, dude. Like, that's a serious reach, man. Like I get it. We all know street level. Here we go. We know Hulk is going to be in the movie. Yes, we know Punisher is going to be there. Will Daredevil be in the film? We shall see. But man, like, I feel like this is a reach on speculation. What do you guys think?
I mean, maybe I could see it though. I mean, I could see, you're kind of, you're reading the tea leaves, right? And that's speculation, isn't it? I mean, like, aren't you trying to find any little thing you can to try to spec on these books when they're still fairly affordable? I can see it. Mm-hmm. Does that mean it's going to happen? I don't think so at all. I mean, I think shot in the dark, yeah, maybe. You're fishing for, okay, what can I get where all of these characters are in the same issue at the same time and potentially have them all in the same movie. This might be the one, right? And so maybe you're speccing that way. But I mean, it's a reach. I don't think it's the craziest thing ever, but it's a reach. And but hey, it's popping off, and obviously enough people are in on it to at least throw the feeler out there and potentially.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the spec of this book. I'm going to show you why this book is speccing right now.
Let's go.
I'm going to show it to you right now. It has everything to do with this right here, baby.
Yes.
There you go. That's when this book should have been speccing. Back in the 80s, the late 80s, there was a TV movie. It was the second of 3 movies called The Trial of the Incredible Hulk, which is a fun movie. Yes, that is Daredevil in his black costume.
I love it. I love
it. And
so
it is the first Marvel movie to feature Stan Lee in a cameo. He's in the jury. So that's there you have it.
So
there's your spec.
That's some great information to put out. And it's funny because, I'm happy you're showing like some Lou Ferrigno, because even that, I've been seeing a lot of chatter that Lou Ferrigno might even be in either Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, maybe playing like pretty much Maestro or whatever. Now, if that be the case, man, I'd totally mark out. And by that, I mean, like, I'd freak if I saw Lou Ferrigno at any point. But we have seen him in the MCU, right?
Yes,
in
we have
regular form. So will they go that route? We'll see. There's so much, but it is always interesting to see how people are speculating and to see this these sales taking place, because this has a pretty impressive 7-day growth trend, right? And I like seeing such stuff cross the list, because it's such a random spec. I mean, somebody really dug deep and connected these dots.
Somebody did mention in the chat, like, this is a tough 9.8. So if you got one of those,
it is.
Then you're in pretty decent shape just in general because of the nature of this book. But
The
I'm with
average
you.
is a 9.4
I believe it.
because of the black cover.
Yep.
Yeah, those
So-
all black covers are such a pain in the arse to get in those high grades. But yeah, it's very cool to see this one
That's why the
on the
Hulk is
list.
so mad here.
Yeah, probably. But at number 3, we have the Incredible Hulk issue 153 with a top sale for a raw VF at $50 and a 7-day growth trend of 138%. Ah, we're talking this again, and I am so happy to talk about it again. What do we got at number 2?
What? Skinbreaker again? Number 2, we got the Skinbreaker Treasury Edition. Number 1, and yeah, this should surprise absolutely no one because we knew this was coming. We knew that this book was going to pop. Well, we all felt like this book was going to pop. That was the general consensus, and shouldn't surprise anybody to see the Treasury Edition here. But this week we did have a high raw sale of this book for $72, which is big time. 7-day trade of 200% and 7 total copies tracked. Kirkman did tell collectors to check out the Treasury Edition of this book, and it appears that they listened. So this was a kind of a Kirkman throwing that out there, saying, "Hey guys, we got this one coming too. Why don't you pop out to your LCS and see if you can get a hold of it?" And it looks like people have. So again, we talked about Skinbreaker the book, and how great it was. Really should be no surprise to see the Treasury Edition getting this kind of traction as well.
Yeah. Oversized edition. This is larger than life. Get your bags and boards ready because you have no place to put this in a box.
Yep.
It's a biggie, but it's worth it based off of the amount of detail that you're going to get that you actually lose when you shrink it to the standard comic book size. I showed you earlier the type of page he's working on. So that's the reason why this book is hot. It's not for everybody because it is big, but for the price tag that you're getting it already at, it's worth it. If you are a collector of art,
Yep.
This is definitely a book that you want to have just to see it, man. See it in all its glory, as big as it is.
Who says size doesn't matter, guys? I think here, in this case, it totally matters because, yes, I agree with Gabe again, saying that he thinks, this is the proper way to experience the book. And again, yes, it's a pain to store. I agree with you guys on that point. Dude, I remember even when The Last Ronin was coming out, TMNT, I'm like, my God, man, I'm going to have to find a place to store these because, these bigger size books are not so easy to store. And I swear to God, we can make so many jokes about that. But my point being is that, I tend to set those aside, different piles, keep them like, I hate stacking books like this. You know what I mean? But you kind of have no choice sometimes until you come across something where you feel safe enough to store them. But the Treasury Edition for Skinbreaker, man, must be such an experience because as we said at the beginning of this, guys, the artwork alone is just something that is so amazing to experience, embrace, and just visually it's stunning. So in a bigger format, I think this must be a wild ride. Now again, I can't stress it enough, the read was really good as well. Kirkman Finch is just such a wonderful team up. It's like the mega powers of comics right now. You had Hulk Hogan with Macho Man, and here we have
cream of the crop.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And now we've got David Finch with Kirkman. And, it took like 8 years for this book to come out. And I totally can understand why. And I really do appreciate the amount of work that went into this. And love. You could feel like this one is really for the fans, dude. And I really love this. So I'm really happy to see this one as well on the list. Such a good list tonight. I love this. But anyways. At number 2, guys, Skinbreaker, the Treasury Edition, number 1, had a top sale for a raw near mint at $72 and a 7-day growth trend of 200%. I'm scratching my head before watching and coming live and seeing what this list was going to be about. Here we are now with number 1, and the head scratch continues. What do we got?
It is the Amazing Spider-Man 46 Legacy 487. The franchise takes the top spot with a CGC 9.8 sale of $49, 7-day trend of 442%. Now you're probably asking yourself the question, why is this book in this list? It's because it's the first appearance of Shathra. Now, you're probably asking yourself the question, who is Shathra? And the answer to that question is no one really knows, but we all think it's Sadie Sink. Because that's the spec.
So I do want to talk a bit about that because Shathra is a character we've seen even recently. In fact, if you guys remember the first appearance of Spider-Boy in Spider-Man issue 7, yes. Shathra is actually on the cover of that, the cover A that nobody really was attracted to because everybody wanted the Ramos cover because it's got Spider-Boy on it. But yes, Shathra is actually on that cover as well. Now, when it comes to the character, sure, a lot of people, including myself, dude, I genuinely don't care much for the character, but I feel like if Sadie Sink would actually be playing this character, because we've seen speculation on many potential characters she can be playing. I feel like this would be a wasted casting if that be the case, because I just don't want to see her playing such a character. That's just my opinion.
I think she should play all the speculation characters, like every single one. Just have her play everyone.
Logo.
Yeah, why not? Let's just throw that in there.
Logo. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis, what do you think of this?
Okay, this was a surprise, right? I think we all got on here. We all looked at the list. We all said, "Oh, well, okay, that's okay." And then it's for me, it's the same thing as we had with the Incredible Hulk thing. Are you taking a shot in the dark here, hoping that maybe this one pops off and it's like I said, this is spec, right? But $49 for a 9.8 for a maybe minor key, I don't know.
Listen, at $49, it's not a bust. I mean, that's pretty much the price of submission in your book, etc., right? So, you're pretty much getting a 9.8, which is great, and there's nothing wrong with people who are speculating on such. I think for $49, hey man, you got the bang for your buck because I mean I said this even to you guys. This is a $2 to $4 book all day Canadian, which is like 14 cents for you guys. And when I look at the sale at a $49, hey, I'm comfortable paying that. You know what I mean? Like, it guarantees me my 9.8. It's a neat book. Do people really care about the character? I can't speak for everybody. I
do care. But
Izzy,
I know you care. Here, look.
Where are you at?
If you care, you too can have a copy.
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just pulled it up. I just went into my box. Like, you know what? I think I have that book, and I do because this run was great. It was the Romita Straczynski run.
Yes.
So this is where we had a lot of good books, and I got a copy.
Yeah, when a lot of people, especially when Amazing Spider-Man kicked off Volume 2, right? A lot of people, I feel like they kind of fell off of Amazing Spider-Man at that point, and some of those books are actually harder to find. They do go for quite some premium. Not every single issue from that Volume 2, but there's several of them, and again, they are harder to come across. Now, this again, when we fall back into the speculation talk, I find it rather interesting because, like, Sadie Sink, look, even visually, when you look at her, like, there's so many other characters I could totally see her playing within the MCU. Shathra is not a character I would have even thought of at all. And I with the amount of villains, the amount of characters that are going to be within this film, I just genuinely feel like it might be a casting waste if that would be the route they went.
It is one of those situations where they're keeping it tight-lipped who she's playing. And they're keeping it tight-lipped. I could only assume that the character she's playing is going to be a major character for a future event. So one of them has been Jean Grey, one of them has been Kitty Pryde. Yep. There's been rumors that she's the actual MJ. Which I think Zendaya will have a problem with that, because she's like, "No, I'm MJ. That's my man." You know what I'm saying?
There was a point where people were saying it's Mayday Parker.
Mayday Parker's another one. So, just have her play them all. It's a multiversal story. It's it's happening during the multiverse. Just let her play them all.
Yeah. Absolutely. It is so interesting to see this one come in at number one. Again, a book that I've we've all seen in dollar bins, $2 bins for the longest time, and now coming in at number one based on the speculation that is going around. Very interesting to see this one coming in at number one this week, guys. It's Amazing Spider-Man issue 46 with a top sale for a CGC 9.8 at $49 and a 7-day trend of 442%. Yowza! That is amazing to see. It was an amazing show, of course, because we got to go through all of these books together, guys. Lots
It's
of
a
great
nice
books.
French show.
Sorry?
It's a great French show cover.
That's fair. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Give it that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, David's saying he thinks he even sold that comic for $2. Go get your money back.
$3. $3, baby. $3.
Yeah, sell it for $3 now. But yes,
Wait a minute,
dude,
what did I
both
pay
of you,
for
I
this
want to
thing
thank you
anyway?
so much, of course, for hopping on. I want to say a big thank you to the chat as well for rocking it with us. It's always highly appreciated. Those of you catching the replay, of course, comment below. I also want to remind everybody that this weekend is, of course, New York Comic Con, and some of the Cover Price family themselves are going to be there. You heard me say it earlier that Izzy is actually going to be there, but you could also go check out Anthony and Laura herself, who are going to be there at New York Comic Con this weekend. They'll be at booth of 4,452. That's right, booth 4452. Go check them out. You can go see Laura, go see Anthony, go say hi. In fact, this Shubina cover, actually, they put it up as a pre-sale on the website, and it's sold out real quick. But I think they're gonna have some as well available at New York Comic Con. I know that there's this amazing Battle Beast as well, which is wicked, absolutely
I got
wicked.
that one.
Yeah,
I
you got it.
That one. I got that one.
Good for you, dude.
Good for
you.
me.
Yeah, man, absolutely. But yeah, guys, go say hi to the crew, of course, over at New York Comic Con. Izzy's gonna be walking the floor, doing his thing as well, and yeah.
If you see me, say hi.
Yeah, dude, you're there from literally. You said Wednesday, right?
Wednesday. I was thinking about stopping by tomorrow just to get my passes, but I'm like, I think I'm gonna stay home tomorrow.
Yeah. But anyways, man, let's go around the horn as we say bye to everybody here who's in the chat and catching the replay. We'll go around the horn. Travis, take it away.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me back again tonight. This was a fun list. Izzy, thanks for hanging out with us again. I love this crew. It is always so much fun. So thank you, chat. Thank you, Izzy. Lando, I'll let the shirt do the talking.
Jesus.
There you go. Have you seen
look,
this guy?
I look so like.
Thank
dude,
you for
I look
trying.
beaten. That is a beaten man right there.
Beaten man. He's trying, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, the way the
he's
Yankees
trying.
are playing right now, I guess you're right.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
trying his hardest every night, y'all.
But dude,
just bear with him.
They're playing the Jays. It's the only Canadian team we've got. So even as a Montrealer, I can't cheer the Jays. I just can't cheer Toronto, but good for them.
And I'm from the Bronx, man. I'm in the Bronx right now. I'm like, I don't know about this year.
Yeah. Let's go Yankees, man. Step it up. Even as a Canadian, step it up. But yeah, man. Travis, I appreciate you. That t-shirt. If I find out you sell even one t-shirt, I promise you, it's war. We're going on.
Cease and desist.
Oh yeah. No. You can dude.
Travis, look at your DMs. I think my order's coming in.
I have a feeling there's going to be a standing order for this shirt.
It's
Question.
the broken man variant.
So I do have a question. Now that I'm thinking, who's doing Shakers? Laura's doing Shakers from New York.
No, Laura's not going to be there for Shakers this week, guys. It's actually going to be JB is going to be back to host the Shakers with Gabe, Marty, and Chris. And of course, tomorrow night we're going to be back bringing you the new Comic Book Day show. And yeah, I'm excited about that because we have a guest who's going to be joining us as well to talk some of the books coming out this week. We gave you a little hint on one of the books, and of course, the blind bags craze is also
big blind bag week.
Yeah, it is, man.
There's
and,
a lot.
I can't wait to dive into all that conversation with you guys tomorrow. But that being said, guys, that was the show. We hope you had a good time. If you are catching the replay, don't forget, comment below. Let us know which books you had on the list and what you thought about them. If not, I will hopefully see you all tomorrow as we bring you the new Comic Book Day show. Have yourselves a great rest of the evening. See you tomorrow, man. See you tomorrow.
Bye. See
Adios.
ya.